Hi, Facebook. It's your friendly nosy neighbors, Jessica Cardon.
Nichole Crossley, Murdoch Mannering Company.
That's right. So you're joining us. Thank you, by the way, for joining us for Tour With Us Tuesdays. We've been showing you some incredible homes here in Southeast Idaho, and we've got another one, but this one's not new.
This one's not new.
No.
Exactly. And we didn't make it new. We made it modern industrial.
Modern industrial.
Yeah.
So we are excited because we're in.
We didn't make it new.
We didn't make it.
Yeah,
No.
whatever.
We're just showing it to you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you don't ever get to see this stuff. People do a remodel or something in their house and you don't get to see it. So we're going to show
What
you.
happened across the street over there? Yeah, let's cruise in.
So let's cruise in. So I want to let you guys know, please make sure to like and follow our page. If you love finding out all things in Southeast Idaho, and if you love real estate, head over to the Murdoch Mannering page and like and follow there.
Let's go.
Let's go and take a look. So first thing you're going to know, this house is built in the early 60s. And so we have an amazing local guy that we're going to talk to.
He's been on the Nosy Neighbors before.
You may
Does anybody recognize
him.
the celebrity face?
The celebrity face from Nosy Neighbors. We've got Rasmussen with IGG Construction.
How's it
Because
going?
sometimes some of the people call Murdoch Mannering, call us and say, hey, we need something done. And I say, hey, I got a guy. IGG Construction.
Yep.
That's Nate. So Nate, you did this remodel.
I did.
So tell us what went on in here, because this is pretty cool.
Well, the moment I walked in the door, the customer looked at me and said, 1963 is not my year. He wanted something that resembled a few pages off Pinterest. And so I know most men look at Pinterest as projects that'll be left undone, that were given to them by their wives. But we actually used it as a tool to bring this up to a modern look for someone who didn't want to feel like they were living in a 1960s home.
Yeah,
I love it. The first thing I see when you talk about modern industrial, right, this look, is you've got the metal cages, the Edison light bulbs.
it starts from the outside of the house. It gives you a little clue from the outside. You say, there's something going on in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's
We were
this.
able to remove the old cast iron decorative light fixtures and went with more of a minimal caged Edison bulb outside. One of the other key things in modern industrial is making sure that you don't get too many round surfaces. So we had to square off everything.
Makes sense.
That's why I love it. I couldn't figure out what drew me in. Square.
It is
Or
very
sharp.
square. I look
It
at
is
this.
nice.
So the first thing you
Yep.
see, like you've changed out to a metal banister.
Yeah, we tore out all the old wood and went with steel hand railing. We took the old hardwood floors that were a natural grain and we did a graphite stain on them. And so it really gave it that, that barn wood, not so much a barn wood, more of a, I don't know, a bar wood.
Yeah, barwood, dark.
Exactly.
Did you? So we've got here. You
And
guys changed out
this-
all the flooring.
We did.
That's the first thing I walked in and pow.
One of the biggest
Yeah.
challenges that we had when building this home is we knew what we wanted to do with the kitchen. We knew what we wanted to do with the old brick fireplace, but the living room was missing something. And so instead of doing a PLV flooring throughout the entire entryway, we went with the same concrete that we did the countertops and the island with. And so one of the great parts of that, I used a company called Omnicrete, a good plug to them because they went well out of their way to make this vision happen. But again, he may have ruined a lot of people because once you see that island and what it will be when the stove gets here, everybody will want one.
That's
So
what the
let's
whole
go
is.
take a
But
look.
it's a different color. So did you do a treatment, a stain? This is super shiny and this is not as super
We
shiny.
stained this a little fancier because it'll get footwear. And so with
so
the
I wanted to-
footwear, after a little while, it will come to feel just like this.
This
And
is
so
beautiful.
when people talk about concrete, I have so many people,
Yeah.
granite people, quartz people, they say, no, you don't want concrete. But I love the concrete. And that's because it wears or what? Talk about concrete.
This isn't what we would call concrete. We call concrete what comes in the 60 or 80 pound bags you pick up at a box store.
Right.
What we're looking at here is a composite concrete made with an acrylic. It's more than an adhesive with granite aggregate inside of it. So it still is a concrete, but it's very flexible. and it's also thin. So a person could dance on this and it's going to give flex. It's not going to crack like a regular countertop will.
And it's just not a flat concrete like you look out on the pavement. This has got texture. It's got different variations in the color.
We actually had to force that in this.
Yeah,
He
that's what I
wanted
like.
it to look more concrete than
more solid.
how pretty you can actually make this
Yeah.
surface.
I've
This
seen
is
such
very
pretty
pretty.
concrete. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and you've got, and I see this very much minimalist. You've opened up the shelves.
Yeah,
There's no cabinets.
One of the key things with the way design is going nowadays is minimalism. You want people don't have giant families, so you're not keeping the china from grandma and grandpa. You're not keeping all of these extra dishes.
Right.
Oh, what do we know about not keeping knickknacks? Yeah, we don't keep knickknacks.
We're not
going
going to discuss this on. We're not going to discuss this in
Okay,
front of
so
everybody.
what we went with here is everything that gets used gets set on a shelf, gets washed and set right back on the shelf.
Yep.
Yeah.
But again, when you're entertaining, you don't want people to see your dishes all the time. So that's why we went with the extra deep sink.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
when you do set something in the sink, it disappears.
Yeah.
So it's an undermount,
Perfect.
extra deep stainless steel sink. More of the industrial side, like type
Yeah.
looking faucets.
Kitchen, kind of like a commercial kitchen look faucet.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the only thing that you really do want to hide is your food. You know,
Right.
because
Your
you know,
pantry
it
food,
doesn't
yeah.
matter how cool everything else looks.
Food's
a
gonna always
box
gonna
of
look
Fruit
good.
Loops still looks like a box of Fruit Loops. So
Yep.
that's why we do have the one
Ah.
pantry here.
Yep.
And then we have an industrial microwave coming, a nice industrial fridge,
Oh, nice.
and an industrial flat top oven.
So I was going to
this was
ask
a
about
giant
this.
garbage
Yeah,
bowl,
this
and I
is a
thought,
really
like,
fancy
oh, that
place to
is-
put. No,
I
Yeah.
thought this was hibachi style.
it will be
kinda
when
like
the
chopping
oven
and
comes
throwing.
in. And so you will be able to
Ah.
stand here and cook. And the table also, yeah,
There's the
we have an
fan.
exhaust fan with the
Gotcha.
switch
There
right
we
here by
go.
the oven.
Oh, there we
Perfect.
go.
So you'll be able to sit down at dinner and keep things warm while you're sitting there.
That's
The
pretty
other
cool
great
idea.
thing about concrete is you could take something off and set right on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to absorb the heat.
Oh,
You don't have to
nice.
worry about the cracking that you would get with granite or the melting that you would get with soapstone.
And
Wow.
stains. It's not going to stain, or that's
Not gonna
just what we
stain.
like.
And the
To
other
make
great
it
thing
look
about
used.
this surface is if you do scratch it, if it does wear, a simple return of our concrete guy and he'll put a new layer of sealer on it.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
It's
Very
that
good
simple.
to go. Good.
Yep, so it has that longevity
Good.
that you don't get with a lot of other surfaces.
So
That's
what?
the
Yeah,
kind of
you said this was a brick
fireplace I'm
fireplace.
talking
This
about.
this was one of those older
Steel
bricks.
beam, steel beam.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were able to put a filler over all of the brick and make it flat, and then we went back with an acrylic stucco to make it look like a concrete wall.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, you just filled the
These
brick
spaces
in.
as well were really bumpy, and we cut them off to make it look more like a concrete slab.
Cool.
Yeah.
And to finish off, we cased in the brick with a nice steel framing for the fireplace.
Wow.
And so
Nice.
they're still functioning wood fireplaces. And so if a person
that.
wanted to build a fire, they could. My favorite part of the whole thing is to hang stockings. You just need magnet hooks.
Ah,
So-
there you go.
So, and then we
good.
use some nice bolts
Big
here to
bolts,
kind of
yeah,
give
with
it
that
that,
texture and-
that
Well,
industrial.
so this has
feel.
a outlet. So is this going to be a TV mount? Or is he planning on mounting a TV up in this
No,
area? or
this will be more like for decorative,
Decorative stuff.
if he wants to put an electronic photo
Gotcha.
deal
Makes
here,
sense.
or if
instead
he's
of running wires
decorating.
anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So I noticed you got the steel beam here, and so this was also a
This
steel beam.
was
Was this
actually
here? Did you add?
this was here. This is
Wow.
what we built the entire house around. He had got this beam from a friend, and he spent hours grinding the rust off of it.
Yeah.
And after he got the rust off, he realized how cool it looked.
Yeah.
And so we went with that look throughout the entire house.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it has been really fun to take someone's vision and be able to, between the two of us and Pinterest,
Yeah. Really
put
pull
together,
something together.
a home that is definitely unique.
So do they continue that down the lower level? You've got the industrial.
It actually gets really cool as we go
Ah.
downstairs because the home builders threw us a few challenges with this chimney.
Well, if this was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah, there's more truth to that than you know. No, the biggest challenge down here is it curved.
Oh,
that.
it
And so
curved.
with the curve, we had to angle our framing here, angle the piece here,
Yeah.
and we were, it wasn't hard to make it look, because we're going for that industrial, but cutting those angles in, getting them to hang, and just have that same look as we had upstairs. And then we went with a lot of the steampunk, light fixtures.
Steampunk, see what I'm saying?
Love that.
And so those are a lot of fun, just to add a lot of light to the basement. We had talked about doing cans, but it wasn't in the budget. So we went to look for a light fixture that had a lot of light and would add more character to the room.
And with the pretty light bulbs now, with these are still Edison light bulbs.
They're all
Edison. You
Edisons,
can have exposed bulbs, and it doesn't look like you're
and they're all
trashy.
They're all LED too, so they're very efficient.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Good.
And then this had paneling, so we just drywalled directly over the paneling.
There you go.
And just added an extra layer to this entire room, and then framed in the windows to kind of give it that modern feel.
So as we head upstairs, so one thing that a lot of people don't know about Southeast Idaho that's a little bit unique in our architecture is this split level.
Yes.
Is that they have this split level where you kind of have a half a basement.
Well, and it was literally from 1960 to 1970, everybody went bonkers with this split level.
With this split level, yes.
Yeah, and this
to where
house
there's an
is,
upper level, a main level, a lower level, and usually a basement.
This house is even a little more unique, and I've actually been in another one, and I'm doing a remodel on it right now that was built by this same builder. This builder liked beams and tongue and groove. So the ceilings are all beams holding the tongue and groove and ceiling panels, and same with the floor.
Interesting.
There's no floor joists and no trusses in this house. It's all beam and tongue and groove.
Wow.
So it's kind of a different design than you see in them. But it gives you that open ceiling, the beam feel.
Well, this seems like it has a lot of the things as that a lot of different styles of house get. You get open floor plan here.
Yeah.
You get bedrooms separated out. You get a family room still, cool basement.
Yeah.
All of it together. Let's go up. So I'm noticing up as we go up the stairs.
black ceiling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Great
this is something
lights.
that I'm doing more. Is the black ceiling. The first thing I thought is that is not a good idea.
Yeah.
And then
because everybody says you want to open it up.
and
right?
it does.
Yeah.
The black ceiling actually makes it feel taller.
Yeah, with
It
the white
does.
walls.
It makes it feel kind of almost cavernous, like it's just
Yeah,
disappearing into the night
Oh,
sky.
that's it,
You just
yeah.
kind of go.
Well,
it's
what
not even there."
happened when I was in this bedroom right here, and I had them do a test piece right here, and when I stepped out, I thought somebody had broke a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
looks
wow,
like
it is gonna work
Yeah.
because it makes it feel taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
we
you guys
went.
redid this whole.
We did. We went
Yeah.
with Kohler. I think those are Thunder Gray sinks.
Thunder Gray
undermount.
undermounts.
And then we went with under shelves. So again, very minimalist.
Yep.
Nothing
And you
collects
got to check
clutter.
out the texture in here because there's angles and there's edges and still
Very
with the square.
dimensional.
Yes.
Very dimensional.
Yeah.
Super.
And you've got your great
texture.
industrial steampunk lights again.
Yep.
We
Oh,
did-
mixing it with the subway tile.
We
really
did the
good.
white bricks, like looking subway tile with
Yeah.
black grout, and so it kind of
Oh.
kept. That's what makes
Makes
it
it
pop.
pop.
Black grout.
Yep. And I like the slate, the gray slate tile.
Yeah. And that,
Now, did you add hardwoods, or did they have hardwoods?
the hardwood is here. Like you say, it was a natural color. We went with the graphite. And
you
this
did
home
the
was
stain.
unique because this floor had been stained. The floor in the bedroom had been painted black. And the floors in the bedrooms were still raw and had never been touched.
Interesting.
And I use All Pro hardwood floors. He came in and one day had everything looking identical.
Wow.
Nice.
So he did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
So you added in here also your barn door, which gave a little bit of that. It's got the metal, but even though this kind of gives you the barn feel, but it's still very industrial.
Well, there was a closet insert here that had the doors and
Yeah.
the big
Yeah,
drawers
built in.
that with no rollers on them.
Yeah.
You know, they were
Yeah.
just the big wood doors. We just tore that out and then patched the hardwood floor in where it was, and then we put shelves like what's downstairs
Yep.
in
Yeah.
those open shelving. So it's great for the games and
you open it, it's
the,
still
yeah,
pretty.
The crates and the.
Yeah, it's still nice and
So
tidy.
when you mentioned that, coming in this way, in the open eyes, I love this part of the '60s look. This Oz huge, but you guys removed all the doors.
We did. We took. They were bypass doors that slid past each other, And one of the challenges that you get with children is if a closet door can be closed, it doesn't have to be cleaned.
Yep.
And so the
sounds
doors went away,
Yep.
and more rods, more shelves. And these shelves, we sized them at 16 inches, so they hold a perfect 12 by 12 bin.
Yep.
And so this will hold 2 bins side by side all the way down.
Oh,
That's a
perfect.
great
And so you can keep your essentials in the bins, and you just hang everything
Yeah.
out. It
It
seems
makes
like
it
so.
easier.
I
Just
noticed you
minimalism.
painted the smoke detector even black.
That's actually against code. And that didn't happen.
No, he did not. He bought a black one.
I
Because
bought
I
a black
didn't
one.
notice.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, I really
It's
love.
shiny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we tried to
Yeah.
make it everything
Looks
disappear.
metal.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Metal-y.
that's what you think when you look up here. It just all disappears.
Well, this
And you
old
just-
doorbell cover was the original, and so
I
we
saw
did.
how neat that
we
was.
painted that black and,
Yeah.
and silver.
I mean, this is so neat. This is awesome. And so, with this, Nate, how long did this remodel take you?
It took us 3 months. It was a little longer than we wanted, but with this COVID thing, it took time for the custom cabinets. It took time for the doors and
All
those
the
types
stuff
of
that
things.
comes
So
in.
anything special order seemed to drag on a little bit. But yeah, we came in just a little under 3 months.
Wow.
And no, it
a new
was
house.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
to-
it's
to
really
do.
neat.
Just
Well,
looking right here, seeing those shelves match with those shelves. It
Really.
just is so.
And so I know this
Great.
isn't a house that you're selling,
Yeah.
but this is actually something really cool for those people who buy or are looking at a house that say, you know, that's not exactly what we want.
No.
You can always make a house where you want it to be.
Yeah. Well, I think part of this idea of what we're trying to show is that there's people that won't move. They've got a great interest rate, maybe they found anything. There is potential to make these houses amazing. And this is a 60s house that was, when you walked in, you may not have seen this much potential.
Yeah.
But amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I think with those kind of possibilities, people are going to stay in their houses longer. You know, our average is like, well, people still only stay in their houses 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
And you know, some of these people say, oh, I just want to stay in this house forever. Just change it up a little bit. And
Yeah.
I got a guy who'll help you stay.
The
I got a
thing you
house.
cannot change is its location.
That's right.
You can change everything
Pretty much
else.
everything else.
Yep.
That's awesome. Nate, thank you for showing this, and thanks to the homeowner
Yeah.
for showing us this amazing remodel
Yep.
here in Idaho Falls and giving us a little peek behind the curtain. Nate, how do they get a hold of IGG if they are thinking about remodels?
They can go to IGGLLC.com or they can get a hold of us at 208-497-2727.
Perfect. Awesome. Nate Rasmussen. Okay, this is amazing. Thanks for the tour. It's been
Yeah.
awesome. So join us every Tuesday for another amazing house. We've got some really good ones coming up.
Tour with us Tuesdays.
Tour with us Tuesdays.
You know, crazy.
The
Crazy.
troublesome twins.
The troublesome
Exactly.
twins.
Exactly.
All right.
So Nichole, Crossley,
Jessica
Murdoch
Cardon.
Manwaring Company. You totally cut me off. Whatever. Just go. Say your thing.
Nope, say your thing.
Fine. It's Nichole Crossley.
And Jessica-
Let's see. This is ridiculous.
This is why I don't let her lead. I can't let her lead. She doesn't know the flow.
How many times did we get lost yesterday?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. This has been the Nosy Neighbors, keeping you in the know.